When you think about tragedy, you think about something bad, and it's true. We have to go back in time to ancient Greece and Rome and to their plays, how they proposed tragedy. Tragedy was actually a play in which you could see the rise and downfall of a hero, and all of the problems around this. They had to do a lot with human nature, power struggles, and many other things. Um, but I want to go to the origin of the word tragedy. It comes from the Greek term tragoidia, and it means goat song. What? A goat? Yes. Nobody is really certain about why goat, but one of the possibilities is that in ancient times there were sacrifices to the gods, and many of them included a goat. So when the goat was about to be killed for the sacrifice, there were people in this ceremony who sang a song. Maybe this is one of the meanings, or the other one refers to the scapegoat. Scapegoat was, again, an animal which was blessed by the community priest and was sent away into the wilderness, carrying away apparently all of the sins of the community. So it could be one of those two, but it has to do with that. So in this video, we are going to see how this is related to our concept of tragedy and how this is related to Renaissance literature, because there are a lot of tragedies in Renaissance. So we are going to watch a few slides now and see the explanation with all this, and then we'll meet again afterwards. Thank you. Today we are discussing tragedy, and in order to understand it better, we should talk about Aristotle, a Greek philosopher who lived between 384 and 322 before Christ. His plays contained a number of fixed elements which made a tragedy work. One of the elements was the tragic hero. This character gained power through a number of resources, and then there was a downfall. The downfall was caused by a number of reasons. Within the reasons we might find peripeteia. Peripeteia is an unexpected event which may in time have been caused by hamartia or hubris. Hamartia is primarily an error due to ignorance. It could be an error of judgment, or maybe there is some moral shortcoming in the character which causes this error. And hubris is overweening pride. That is to say, someone who has a reason to power and has got many things at hand suddenly does not know how to be humble. And this leads to a mistake or an error, or I don't know, something that has been done with bad intentions, and this causes problems, of course. The downfall of the hero may even lead to death. But before death, something else happens. This is called anagnoresis, and it means acknowledgement. There, the tragic hero acknowledges all of the mistakes he has made, and he is somehow redeemed before dying. This causes catharsis in the public. We use this word nowadays, and it means release. So when people cried at a play, after they have released that tension that had been growing all through the watching of problems and witnessing many injustices, they felt relieved. So, this is in a nutshell Aristotle and his plays. Now it is Seneca's turn, a classical Roman dramatist who lived between 4 before Christ and 65 Anno Domini. His plays were full of gore, violence, and horror. Usually the stages were full of corpses at the end of the play. And this, of course, was the mother of the Grand Guignol theatre in the 19th century. He also provided a host of ghosts, witches, magic, supernatural features, and madness. And here we resort to the memories of what we might have studied as the Gothic and Romanticism. So, as you can see, this is not new stuff. He also made the characters or the main characters speak long monologues. If you have read Shakespeare, you will notice that his soliloquies resemble a lot these speeches. And his plays were also about revenge. And now we talk about inheritance of the revenge plays in Renaissance. With all this being said, we shall move on now to the medieval morality plays. This leads to the medieval morality plays. They were also called mystery and miracle plays, and of course they dealt with miracles and things having to do with God, mysticism, and religion. And they had allegorical origins, that is to say, they belonged to the sermon literature or the homilies in church. Usually in the medieval morality plays, there was a hero. That's why I included this here, because it is related to the things we spoke about before. And this hero got to a certain point in which he had to make a choice. And the choice had to do with morals, with religion, with God. So in a way, even though they were not meant as didactic, they could have been didactic pieces. With all this being said, now to the conclusion. With all that being said, and without further ado, I would like to add that there was no copyright at that time, not even during Renaissance. So it was a very common practice to take something someone else had written and make it your own. It was an easy way to become a famous writer or playwright, and there was nothing wrong with it. So probably it was more related to your creativity at the time of putting the play up, or even who your patron was. If you had a very powerful patron, you probably got better chances of being well known. All right, I hope you have enjoyed all the information. I hope it will be useful to you. And if you think so, please give me a like and subscribe to the channel. So I hope we'll meet again. Bye bye.